Hello everyone and welcome back to Sophie Loves 10. I'm here with like a really quick wrap up because I've literally read 3 books this month, which is shockingly bad. I've decided to stop reading one as well, so I thought I'd show that in this wrap up. So the first book I finished listening to on Audible was The Girl with All the Gifts. I did put this in my last wrap up, I believe, but I actually did finish listening to it in this month, which is April. I don't remember the month. I did really enjoy this. I believe I gave it 5 stars. I think the next book's out as well, which I might pick up soon because I really did enjoy this. I'm sure you all know what it's about. Zombies, etc. And I did enjoy that a lot. The other book that I listened to on Audible, I've got like another credit coming soon. I'm trying to keep up, but I've dropped back on Audible a little bit, so I've got like 2 credits available a month now because 1 credit I haven't used one of the months, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to speed up the process a little bit of listening to books. So I listened to another one which was a little bit shorter than the usual book, and this is The Land of Decoration by Grace McLean. This is a bit of a weird one. I picked this up, I think, at like The Works, one of those kind of shops. It was heavily discounted, and I saw it and I thought it sounded pretty good. Not something that I'd usually listen to or read, but it was really interesting. It's about a family, a girl and a dad, who are Jehovah's Witnesses, and the mum died during childbirth because she refused to have a blood transfusion, which is part of the religion. And it's all about this girl we've never actually told if she's schizophrenic or not, but I believe she is, and she hears God's voice in her head, and she thinks that she can make miracles happen with the land decoration, which is the land in her. She makes like a land out of objects in her room. So that's really interesting, and things go wrong and different things happen in their life. But I really enjoyed listening to it a lot. So I think the voices that the person did as well, I thought were brilliant. So I really enjoyed this. Nearly hit myself in the face. I really enjoyed this, and I would recommend this one a lot, especially to listen to. And then the other one that I finished reading just last night, I'm still reading Smoke, and I need to finish that soon because I have Lani Taylor's new book, Stranger the Dreamer, and also Sarah J. Maas's new book is coming out on the 2nd of May, and I pre-ordered that, and I really want to read that soon. So I really need to crack on with Smoke because I need to finish it so I can read these other books. But one I read for the piece of work that I've just finished for uni, and I mentioned it before, is Jewboy by Simon Blumenfield. I picked this up because I thought it was an anti-Semitic book, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get it off the bookshelf. Like, I don't want people to have this sort of, I thought was crap, in our local bookshop. But actually, it's a really good book, and it's about a Jewish boy living in the East End of London, which is what my piece is about. And it's quite an interesting story. We've got Alec, our main character, and he doesn't really know what he's doing in life. It's not like a fantastic book, but it's quite a nice insight to what it was like. I don't know when this was set, the 1930s. If you're like old, like it's got old Yiddish stuff in it and all that kind of thing, so it's quite, when you're reading it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that, or something like that. Not that I remember the 30s, but I know what my family have told me from back then. So yeah, I quite enjoyed this. I'd recommend it if you fancy that kind of book. It is fiction, though. It definitely must be fiction. So that is that one. And I think I gave that one 3 stars. And then the other one, which I'm going to include because I have DNF'd it, I've decided on page 46. That is right. It's really bad. I haven't read any of it. And that is Studs Terkel, Hard Times. I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to force myself to read something that I'm not going to enjoy. I don't think anyone would enjoy this anyway, because it is about the Depression. But I can't read anymore. It's just not going to happen because I'm not interested. I am interested in it, but I just don't want to read it. Like, there's enough bad things happening at the moment to read about people having shit times in a book. So I'm just going to leave that. So I'm going to add that to the pile. So I read 3, but I'm going to put a 4 away this month, I've decided. And then I will get back to you with what I am reading for the month of May, which should be, I think it's going to be like a well-being month because I'm doing some interesting things in May. So hopefully I'll update you near the time. but hopefully I'll be doing some things with interesting books around then as well. And also, if you want to see a favourites for the month of April, because there's been quite a few like song favourites, clothes favourites, that kind of stuff, let me know and I will do that as well. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and I thought if people are interested in things that aren't just books as well, then maybe I'll upload that to the channel. So I'll speak to you soon in the comments. Have a lovely week, everyone. Bye.